What's up, guys? It's your boy Jamaica here, coming at you with another deck tech. This is my Blazing INFECT list for Season 19. If you look at the history of Penny Dreadful INFECT lists, there's actually only one list that's ever made won a tournament with Blazing Shoal and INFECT creatures, and that's for me. It was Red Green INFECT. I can't remember what season it was, but it was actually a really sweet deck. Played like Signal to Clans and a bunch of dragons that were like high CMC. Signal Clans is great because you can play one of each of them, and you're always guaranteed one of them. So it was insane. Had like Gore Killing Rampage. It was good, but I'm back at it again, trying out this time blue cards, and with a not new edition, but pretty much like Infect All Star Blighted Agent. Blighted Agent's pretty sweet. Obviously can't be blocked, and it can just really lead to some turn 3 kills, which I'm down. I'm down to do. So let's just go over everything real quick. Mana base here looks like only 59. There's actually 19 lands with the Slum Division, kind of like the multi. What's the D? I forget the D is. MDFC card. That's kind of a spell and a land, but I think like 19 is like pushing it. I would say for lands, but I think with all like the kind of like card manipulation, you can kind of like get away with it. You only really need like 3 to 4 lands to operate your deck. Playing a couple Sulfur Falls here for Volcanic Salvo in case I actually have to cast it, which you could do technically. So a couple like Sulfur Falls I don't think will really hurt. I hope it doesn't at least. Here's the kill here. 8 creatures, Blighted Agent, Ichoclaw Mirror. Blighted Agent obviously the better of the two. Can't be blocked, so it has its own built-in evasion. Pretty great, honestly. Will just lead to the probably the most broken starts you can. Ichoclaw Mirror is not as good, but has some advantages to it. The pumping ability is really good, so if your opponent just has a bunch of like Birds of Paradises or like, I don't know, Lingering Soul tokens, it kind of just gets through that or just kind of like lives on for another day. It's also an artifact, which will kind of come into handy a little later, but for the most part, it's not as good as Blighted Agent. But you know, there's the other options are like Necropede. I actually thought about Plague Mirror. Plague Mirror does add mana, but I think Claw Mirror is just like the best of them, more than likely. Blazing Shoal, obviously really broken card, banned in a couple of formats. Not here though. We love banned cards. Pay Dreadful. Exile red card with a Commander X. It's a free spell, gets plus X plus so put this alongside with Blazing Shoal with a big red spell. My choices are Blazing Salvo and Reaper King. I'm sorry, Volcanic Salvo. Volcanic Salvo is pretty good because if you actually have 2 of them, if you like Blazing Shoal, your Blade Agent, you actually get the reduction cost on Volcanic Salvo, which is why the red sources are in here. So you can kill like, I don't know, bigger creatures. Maybe you have like an Ichoclaw Mirror that can't get through. That's a really corner case, but I mean, we gotta take what we can get. The Reaper King here is solely as like kind of the 5th pitch spell. It's good with some other cards that we'll talk about later, but Reaper King has a good thing about being an artifact, which we'll talk about later. But yeah, it's like 10. It's like hybrid costs, but it total CMC is 10, so it's perfect for Blazing Shoal. So this list is kind of like derived from the Sam Black version from Pro Tour Philadelphia in 2011 when Modern first started. And that list had like Ponders and Preordains, and we don't have that. I mean, if all these cards were legal last season with Brainstorm Ponder, this might be the best deck. It might actually be the best deck in the format, but we don't have that. So we have to use Opt and Anticipate. Opt is like probably the best 1 mana cantrip this season. So I would say like Thought Scour, but it's only for playing like Treasure Cruise. But Opt has Selection, so I gonna go with that. Anticipate's not as good because it costs 2, but it's like the next best option in my humble opinion. Because it finds lands and sometimes and it also finds like creatures as well. So sometimes you need a mix of all of that, and like Thought Scour doesn't do it. I'm not playing Gataxian Probe because it might be just like training wheels to me, but sometimes you just go for it and you can just kill them, or like a lot of like the going for it's in terms of like not playing tax probes, like if you just see the coast is clear. But if you have like a Spell Pierce or some sort of like interactive spell in your hand, then you don't really care about the first spell. You really care about the second spell. And it really depends on like how much lands they have, and that's a more like contextual thing, I would say. So I don't think I really need Cataxian Probe in this list. I'm just gonna like play by feel. I play with heart. If you don't know here, I play with heart. I just feel out my opponent. But yeah, Anticipate anyway is like the next best thing because it finds Ichoclaw Mirrors, Blighted Agents, lands, and spells as well. Pierce of Depths is probably the next like the spell tier after that, which is really weird to say because it looks at 5 cards and finds 1, but it can't find obviously Ichoclaw Mirrors or Blighted Agents, which you really need. But it does find like both pieces of the Shoal combo. It actually finds lands with a Salinity Vision because it's a spell first and then a land later. So it makes the playing the full 4 Salinity Visions makes Future Depths a lot better because you can find the land or find just spells, which is pretty good. So, and speaking of Salinity Vision, there's a full 4 in here. You can play this early as turn 1. There's really no good turn 1 plays with an opt, so playing this in turn 1 is not a big deal. But the later the game goes, when you're just like drawing lands, you just want to draw more visions because this replaces its lands. So I really enjoyed the full 4, and it's also just like a Peer Through Depth. It's just like a more expensive Peer Through Depth, so it looks for 1 more, and that's all fine. Muddled Mixture is probably the one card that is the do it all card. You know, it protects your things with just the first half, the instant sorcery. So if you're going for an attack, it's just a 2-mana counter spell for the most part, unless they play a creature that blocks, and then that's just really annoying, a flash creature. But the transmute's a really important part because the transmute does find the creatures. It finds Blazing Shoal, which is really good. And it can find some other like kind of bullet cards, but for the most part, you're either like transmuting for a creature or you're transmuting for Blazing Shoal. And that's what's really important. Spell Pierce is the cheapest interactive spell that I've liked. There's also Miscast, but people do play things like Planeswalkers or enchantments and artifacts that are kind of annoying, so Spell Pierce kind of covers all of that. And there's a bunch of fun ofs here that I'm going to try out. Postmortem Lunge is really good against decks with ladder removal. These creatures don't really have haste, though. If you get like a hasty creature, it's really good. Key to the City is an artifact, so that's kind of important. It also costs 2, so you can find a Muddled Mixture. But yeah, it makes your creatures unblockable. Sometimes your Gallmere just can't get through, and you need this kind of card. And you can kind of just like churn. Maybe you're just drawing too many lands, so you can kind of like tutor through your deck a little bit, or what was it, loot through your deck and kind of get better things. Boomerang is kind of another catch-all. It's pretty good. I think the biggest challenge against this deck is actually Planeswalkers. Things like, I've been like nerfed by things like Dovin, Hand of Control. Even like Dovin Band could be annoying. Gideon is like really bad if the game goes that long. Chandra Pyromaster could be like really dumb. It just pings your creatures every turn. It could be really annoying. So Boomerang here is nice. The last card is Fabricate, and Fabricate's the most interesting card, I think, because it does find Reaper King, and it finds Ichorclaw Mirror, so it helps the Blazing Shoal part of it, and also finds Key to the City, which is really good. But there's a single Fabricate. It's just really just to find Reaper King, basically, and yeah, I can find sideboard cards too as well when we get to the sideboard part. But the single Fabricate I really like. It's just like everything about this deck mostly finds Blazing Shoal and Volcanic Salvo, but it's really hard. Sometimes you just need. It's harder to find Salvo when you need it like right there. And that's what Fabricate does. It looks for Reaper King. So if you ever draw the Reaper King, it's not Fabricate gets a lot worse, but I think it's like a good mix because like you have all these kind of like Peer Through Depths vision parts, but sometimes you just need to go find the 10-drop red spell. So that's what Reaper King Fabricate really does. But yeah, also like I said, Fabricate also finds creatures and also finds an unblockable thing. So those are all. That's why it kind of made the cut here. Sideboard is mostly to protect the combo. Apostle's Blessing pretty much over like Dive Down because people can play like Colossus decks and they play a bunch of like 10/10s and or they have those like Alchemist Vials and Sleeper Darts, which are kind of annoying for your creatures. So that can protect against for a Blight Age, or just if you need Eclipse to get through. Also protects you against like sweepers, like Sweltering Suns, things like that. Won't protect you against like a Flaying Tendril, so you're kind of boned there unless you have a good Spell Pierce or a Muddle. But extra Postmortem Lunges when decks are like heavy removal. I'd say this is really good against like red decks, perhaps, because those decks pretty much play like 16 to 20 spells. I mean, it doesn't seem like a great matchup, but if you get them to like tap low, maybe you can figure that out. The spells mostly for blue decks. Counter spells are kind of annoying because things like Blessing are not really that good. Countering the Shoal is actually really big because you just kind of like lose 2 cards for 1 card. So the spell kind of helps out against that. Snapback. I guess like that mono black random middleist that plays like a Sire of Insanity turn 1. You need some outs to that, so Snapback's really good. Snapback also can mess up like a Lab Maniac if it comes down to that, or if someone actually plays Malaria against you, you're really like dead to a Malaria. So that's really good. The extra Boomerang, like I said, most of the Planeswalkers also can kill creatures. Spyglass is an artifact, also a 2-drop, so you can find with Muddle. Mostly for like Parallax Wave or I guess other Planeswalkers. You can name Planeswalkers with this. So just kind of fun of in here. The full 4 Ravenous Trap and a single Weather Runestone. Again, this costs 2, so you find it with Muddle, find it with Fabricate. Just mostly Graveyard Hate. This is an instant, so obviously you can find it with Peer Through Depths, Salinity Vision. things like that. Gonna play actually a tournament today, so it should be like 4 to 5 rounds plus a top 8. I will record the entire run, even if I'm eliminated at some point, but at the very least, you'll get like 4 to 5 rounds of the deck, maybe some more if I get lucky. So yeah, join me on my Blazing Infect adventure. Right. Round 1 with the Painter of Infect list. My opponent late. Um, This hand, I'm on the draw. I'm gonna keep this because I have a 1-lander. I could draw another land. I'll have to try to find another land. Everything looks good. If I draw a second land, so I'm gonna keep. Okay. Arkham's Astrolabe's been interesting. I don't know if it's been like super format breaking like like other formats. I don't know. I think it's just okay. Probably because I don't have all the snow lands. Okay, so it's playing blue, so I have to like think about counter spells now. Potentially. I think it's because they only have like some snow lands, but all the dual lands are legal. The ones from the new Kaldheim set. So I really need a land here. Perfect. Alright, the mirror's here. Ready to party. Sometimes you can just kind of like nug them out with like... This is a Reflector Mage. This is going to be really annoying. Okay, Dovin, again, really annoying. This is one of those annoying cards that Boomerang is here for, so... I have 2 mirrors, but I can't cast it because it's an artifact. So actually, I just have to opt for a land. I drew a Blazing Shoal, which is pretty good. Alright, so main deck Dovin hand control pretty bad. Pretty not great. It taxes my spells, which is really big. And it also just like prevents me from casting other things. Like artifacts. It prevents me attacking a lot. I'm gonna play the Ichthys Mirror here. A 3-mana Ichthys Mirror is not where I want to be, but something okay. I can get hit with a Wrath and this would be so bad. This could be actually so bad. Because I can't even spell pierce the Wrath because of the Dovin. Okay, they're Esper Charming, so I guess there's some sort of Esper control deck. I'm gonna get hit with a Wrath here. There's like no way I don't get... Okay. No, it's just an Astrolabe into a Wrath. No big deal. Actually, it's kind of a big deal. Because the Dovin gets to hang out. I need to, like, reduce this Dovin by a bit. This is, like, the least fun matchup, I think, for this deck. The other Dovin, also annoying. Mostly because it, like, reduces things. Just, I mean, it's not that bad if you have Blazing Shoal, but... Because Volcanic Salvo gets plus 12, it's not super annoying, but it's still pretty annoying. Hmm. They might not think that this Dovin matters, and they'll use this Dovin instead, so... That's what I'm hoping for. I play this. I don't really need to find much. I'm gonna play this land, I think. Okay, just gonna Mana Leak or Counterspell. Okay. I could draw Postmortem Lunge would be really nice here against Planeswalkers. That's actually not a bad thing when they kill your people. There's only like 3 cards left, so if I could set up that sort of kill, that'd be nice. But I mean, we're asking a lot. They're plussing, which is great because I think they should be drawing cards. Unless they have a lot of stuff. They've drawn all 4 Astrolabes. They haven't really done much. They fixed once, and they otherwise just kind of like fixing. Okay, the Gideon's really annoying. Okay, I don't want to play anymore. This is this is a lot. This is kind of a lot. The fight the Gideon and all this at sorcery speed. It's a bit annoying. Okay, sideboard. I definitely want lunges. I want the boomerang and I want the lunges. Because I expect most of my people to be killed at some point or countered. Sideboarding is kind of hard for this deck. I'm gonna cut the key to the city. I don't think there's a lot of creatures. Unless they played Lingering Souls randomly in the post board, that'd be incredibly annoying. I could bring the Spyglass in too. Spyglass not super bad. Yeah, the problem is with the cut. Like Spell Pierce against creatures. It's really like trimming anticipates doesn't seem very fun. I really do want the Fabricate. Fabricate can find Spyglass, which is really good. I guess I'm just trimming like this. Let's just hedge. Let me cut a pier. And then maybe this is good. Can't really ever cut the visions because they're basically lands as well. Yeah, this is such a nightmare matchup, I think. I think just playing a bunch of Planeswalkers is such a bad matchup for me. Because they just have the repeatable effects. I think repeatable effects are so good in Penny Dreadful. I'm going to keep. It's actually a pretty good hand. It looks like I mean, the thing about Planeswalkers is they really start at 3, so I can kill them on the play in turn 3. If I just draw a Blazing Shoal, or even a Muddle the Mixture, this hand's pretty good. As long as my guy doesn't die randomly. Bottom that. Bust out the Blighted Agent. So I draw a Blazing Shoal here, or a Muddle. It should result in a kill, I think. My opponent doesn't do anything, they just tap out for like an Astrolabe. Like perfect. So I can kind of go hard this turn. I can main phase Anticipate, try to find a Blazing Shoal. Okay, there's a Muddle, so I will take that for the kill next turn. Hopefully. If my opponent plays like a Dovin, it'd be really bad. I also just like Muddle one turn, wait, and have Spell Pierce up for like anything. Actually, I could Spell Pierce up a Dovin, and then that'd be game. They just tap out for a Dovin. They could just Spell Pierce it right here. That'd be nice, actually, if they try to tap out for something. Okay, so if I draw a land here, I can have Spell Pierce up for like a counter spell. Perfect. I'm gonna go for it. They have to have like Dispel and Condemn to punish this. Like those are the two cards that kill me. Okay. Looks like I dealt 14 poison damage. Okay. All right. That's what it does. That's what the deck does. Yes. Exactly how we drew it up. Just gonna run it back. I could even like boomerang their tap land. They're very tap land heavy. So yeah, that's like the perfect hand. Yeah, turn 2 threat. Around turn 3 or 4, they die. That's really what we want to see around here. Maybe I push for like all the peer through depths instead of anticipate. I don't really know. I feel like more than likely I'm gonna have to like peer through like postmortem lunge more. So maybe let me try to switch real quick before it loads. Okay. I'm gonna go max peer through depths here. Kinda misses on Spyglass though. I'm just waiting to fabricate Reaper King and kill my opponent on turn 3. I'm waiting. I'm waiting to do it. I really want that to happen. That's like my goal. Another pretty good hand. I don't have an island though, which is gonna make mana a bit annoying, but I am gonna keep. This is the annoying part of Sulfur Falls. It's not like super necessary, but at the same time, it's kind of fun to hedge. But this is the part where I can get in trouble for a spell I may never cast, but I do have the option to do it. Okay. Okay, annoying. This is gonna be. It's gonna be so bad tempo. Okay. They tried the Simon 3-mana Planeswalker. I get the Spell Pierce it. I'm just gonna like run out the agent. Ooh, they're doing it. They actually are doing it. This is awesome. Okay. Spell Pierce. This is why Spell Pierce is way better than Miscast, because you get to handle cards that you can't deal with very well. Okay. This is almost a kill. If this dies, I have a lunge here. I also have a Muddle the Mixture to get Blazing Shoal. They have another Dovin. That'd be really annoying. Okay. That is very annoying. They missed the land drop too. Um I might fabricate for Sorcerer's Spyglass. Let's see. I might do that. I'm actually gonna it's 4 mana. I'm actually gonna fabricate for Spyglass. Try to like get this game more done with. It also like would help to see what they have. I can play around certain things. Sterlabe. Okay, so their mana is gonna get a little more fixed. They can play those Esper charms that they're in their deck. Perhaps. Okay, they go for the throwing. That's fine. That's honestly totally fine. Actually, um, I don't have enough mana to kill them. I think I have to like muddle for Blazing Salvo now, and I can't really pay the Spyglass. Spyglass costs 3. This costs 3 as well. Okay, let me go get Blazing Salvo. Or Blazing, I'm sorry, Blazing Shoal. I keep saying Salvo, because I think, I see this. I think Blazing Salvo is a card, isn't it? Is that not a card? Yeah, Blazing Salvo is a card. It's also legal. Deals 3 damage to target creature. Looks like, okay, yeah, that's a crazy bad card. So I could have this big lunge turn. They can like tap out for another random planeswalker, and I can like lunge Shoal here. I'm gonna Spyglass them and see what's up. I could just beta counterspell as well. Um, Double Shatter. I'm not really worried about shatters. Both I'm not really worried about this. Actually, won't slow out the Liliana Vess. Okay, so I'll just name. Am I really worried about Liliana? Do they tap up for Liliana? I think I'm okay with that. I'll name just Gideon. I think Gideon is like. This is the card that they can top deck randomly and kill me with. I could just, I mean, they can't even castle Lianas right now. So they don't have a counter spell. So I could kill them next turn, potentially. Okay. I'm gonna go for it, I think. Okay, I think I'm gonna go for it. Oh my god, they drew counterspell? Okay. Um, amazing. They drew a counterspell, which is like insane. If I just like went for it, I think I would have actually like, killed them. Okay, that's just like really unfortunate. That's just very unfortunate because now it's like if I draw a creature, the Dovin's like a lot worse. Like the Dovin's actually bad now. I can't like play a creature, so I have to find another postmortem lunge and hope they don't have another like counterspell. I couldn't even like pierce them there. Um, I take the land honestly. I don't know if the land is right, but I may just okay because I drew another land. I can also just salvo the Dovin at some point. Okay, I can start jamming Liliana's. So I'm gonna keep lands in my hand for the discard part. Okay, do another shoal. Man, this spyglass was like super because I could have like taken that muddle and then found the creature and then the Dovin doesn't do anything. But then I get shattered, so it's like I have to play at like instant speed here, basically. I'm gonna actually spell pierce this Liliana. I don't think it matters. I don't know if it actually matters. I don't know if the first one really matters. Okay, I'm just gonna let you have it and see what happens. They might just make a discard. Okay, they're gonna tutor. So I need to draw a lunge. Or something that finds a lunge. I have plenty of mana, so the taxing is not a big deal. Oh my god, I can't believe they drew a counter spell there. Oh man. The setup was good. Maybe I was just a little too like passive with the glass. That's why I don't like I mean probes are not bad, they're like free, but things like this to see the hand is clear. Maybe it wasn't meant to be. Oh, this is bad. Um I had my chance. I still might actually have a chance. I know they tutored though. Like I said, the Gideon isn't very good right now. Okay. Coming to play tapped. It doesn't. This creature might be annoying. I mean, I have a Blade Age. It's gonna be a big deal. They're just holding counterspell now, so okay, I'm gonna run out the mirror. They could like shatter it or dove in or something. They'll just dove in for a while. My next bet is just to like make a bunch of creatures. Maybe I can shoal two of them at once. Hmm. Sorry, please shoal. Yeah, this is not getting good. Maybe I should have pierced. I mean, even if I pierced the first one, I don't know. Maybe I should have just pierced it. I think I'm just thinking most about my creatures, but they have any cheap removal. It's like the Pierce list is really bad, so the Pierce could have traded with something here. Now, like the Sorcerer Spyglass looks really bad, and it's like everything looks really bad. And maybe I should have just like named something that was actually on the battlefield versus something that was. I mean, obviously hindsight is like 2020 here. They should know I have the combo in my hand. the way I lunged immediately. So they have to play around that. Eventually they just have to like shatter. But if they shatter, their shields are down, I draw a lunge, the game is over. So they have to be really careful. So if they move the discard, they're probably just gonna discard the other Liliana. This is where I wish I had like Flood of Recollection. I had it in my deck initially. It just like gets a spell back from your graveyard. It's actually kind of good in these kind of decks. In these scenarios where you kind of like need a bunch of cards in your hand. This card is Spell Pierce. It's just getting way worse as the game goes. I don't know I'm Peer through that thing for. A lunge would be nice, but it's getting real bad. I'll take the vision. Damn. There's the lunge. I don't think it'll resolve under all this. They could have just like tutored for counterspell. So, I mean, I just have to wait. I'm gonna hold the land so I can discard it to Liliana. They're one away from actually activating the ultimate. Okay, the Dovin can go away. Maybe. Or they prefer the taxing effect. They might just have another Dovin. Like double Dovin me. That'd be a trip. Like, I don't know how I'm supposed to beat this. They have like seven. They've like tutored once, and then they've just drawn a card every turn and done nothing. So they're either like really wary or what? I can't really like build a hand up with Liliana. The one thing about this deck that's kind of like awkward that I don't know if I can fix is that I can't really draw extra cards. It's more of like selection versus just like burst card draw. Okay, so the Dovin went away. I could have double lunge. If I drew a second lunge, that'd be pretty good. But they might have just two counter spells. Might have just boomerang the Liliana here. Upkeep boomerang. Or I could boomerang my spyglass. I guess I could even boomerang my blighted agent. I want to boomerang Liliana here. Although boomerang Liliana is not super awesome because they just to recast it, and then I should have thought about this. Hmm. Cancel. Just do whatever. Just do whatever you gotta do. You know what? Just do whatever you gotta do. Maybe you ultimate. Maybe you get my light agent back. Okay. Okay. I can't believe they just haven't tutored for something to kill me with. What are they doing? What is happening? Maybe they can't kill me because of the spyglass. Maybe I could just like grind them out or something. Um. Hmm. Maybe just try to lunge. I don't know. I don't think lunging is very good here. I feel like I need to do something. Maybe I should have upkeep boomeranged so they couldn't flow in mana. I don't know. I just assume they have counterspell. I'm just gonna go for it, I think. I think it's like terrible to wait. Maybe they just don't have counterspell. Okay. Um Me bouncing his back is gonna be so bad. I think I'm like helping him by like doing this. They could have another counterspell, which I don't really care. Because then the game's pretty much over. Like they have yeah, see they have like just multiple counterspells. Like they're gonna play the Gideon and then I'm gonna die. Maybe they should just play the Gideon and wait to kill this thing. Okay. It's totally fine. Oh, the Dovin. Okay, I'm not dead. I should keep playing, but it's getting really bad. I'll play the agent. They could just Wrath. I mean, I'm totally fine with that, but now Liliana's like really good here. I can't actually cast a salvo. How many shoals do I have left? 2. Okay. I'm just gonna concede. I'm just like, I'm not gonna win this. My like energy is like really low now. My will to live is very low. No, I'm just kidding. My will to play is very low. So I'm just gonna concede this. Even though it's not really over, but it kind of is. All right, round 2 with the Painter of Infect list. I'm gonna keep this hand. It's pretty good. Uh, really upset I didn't go for it that one time where I said I wouldn't just like play with fear, and I played with fear and I lost. So that's a lesson learned. This hand is pretty good. If I just find a Blazing Shoal, I can kill on turn 3. Very doable. Okay, my opponent's playing red, so it's not gonna be super great. They have sort of like interaction. It's gonna be a tough matchup. That's every matchup though, especially red interaction. Okay, they're playing dragons, or at least flyers. So this is a turn 3 kill. If they tap out, I mean, I could just kill them, but I think they're gonna kill my guy. So this might be a bit more of a grindy matchup. I do have to like protect this guy, so if they just let me untap, I will just use the muddle to protect. Um, so I could play a bit more patiently. Like I can't really tap out now. Let's have like double counterspell or something, or double removal spell. Okay. It's a Glorybringer. Let's be no. Looking at really. Okay, I think I should counter this because I think this is a Glorybringer, and I can't protect against that. If they have like a Burst Lightning or a Chain Lightning, so be it. Like I don't want to get Glorybringer right now. That's a lot. I mean, okay, I'm gonna peer at least once, if not twice. Okay, found a Blazing Shoal. Um, just gonna go for it. Okay, they didn't have a Burst Lightning or anything. Good. Okay, felt good about that. That's a good one. I found 2 Blazing Shoals in the top 5, so that I think was really strong. Okay, sideboard. I'm gonna bring in like Postmortem Lunges. That was really aggressive. I can't believe they just didn't like. Well, if they had a Glorybringer, maybe they're playing. Maybe they're playing like Dragonstorm. Because if they go, oh, you know that might have been it. Because hold on, they had. I'm trying to rework this out before I sideboard, but I think they might be playing Dragonstorm. That makes sense with the blue, but because they could have had a Glorybringer with just the if they just played like Seething Song. So that was weird because they went Pyrite Ritual then Seething Song. Interesting. I might play Dispel because they are showing blue cards. I'm not really trying to approach this because I think they might be playing. I'm gonna cut these things. I think they're playing more like a Storm deck. So maybe like lunges still could be okay because like I have to assume they're playing red removal. So I'm just gonna trim these cards and then hope for the best here. Actually, no, I'm gonna cut the anticipates. Let's try this. The rituals are instants, so Dispel's pretty good. I mean, this has everything but lands, so it will keep. I'm on the draw, so I can opt into a second land. Okay, just need a land. This is pretty good. This is a pretty good hand. Okay, they have a one lander. Okay, one lander for one lander. Okay, I'm gonna run out the Ichthyosaur first. Okay, I have a lot of creatures to grind through. Um, hmm, this is kind of rough. I'm actually super worried about going for it. If I think if I play another creature, they're just going to they might just like what do you call it? They might just kill it with like a wrath effect. Man, their hand's weird. I'm gonna opt. I'm gonna try and find another like blazing sop or blazing shoal. Fear the depths is fine. I'll keep that. Find another blazing shoal here. Okay, I found a lunge. I can take the lunge. Okay, it's good against like removal spells, or if they have like a 3-mana wrath, which I can force that. I can totally force like a pyroclasm or something. But if they have pyroclasm, I mean they're gonna be boned here. Okay, so we're playing Dragonstorm after all. What if I just killed them? Just gonna go for it. Okay, they have sudden shock. That's fine. Um, that's fine. If I draw another Blazing Shoal, I can fabricate for Reaper King, kill them. Okay. They might just storm off here. They're just holding that. Is that Iron Crag feat? Okay, they're just playing a Hellkite. So it's just kind of a race here. I'm gonna fabricate. I'm gonna go get Reaper King. I'm just gonna pass. Because all I need to do now is find a shoal. And I can kill them in the next turn, I think. Unless they have another, like, sudden shock. That'd be really annoying. Oh, I found it. I'm gonna go for it. I feel like I shouldn't. Say I have another removal spell, so be it. I think I did all I could at this point. They even held back a block. Just pretty wild. This time I have no fear. Okay, they let it resolve. Oh, don't slow roll me, please. I can't. My heart can't take this. Okay, I've got nothing. Oh my goodness, the slow roll. Why would they slow roll me? Why slow roll me? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm having a heart attack. I'm just having a heart attack. Oh jeez. Um, Take the shoal. Because I only have like so many looks at a shoal. I actually have a lot of looks at shoal. Okay, let's find another anticipate. Um, I mean, there's a mirror and there's also a salvo. This is tough. I think I'm gonna take the salvo. So if I draw another lunge or another creature, but I have 2 turns to do it. Oh, these okay. Okay. I didn't draw exactly lunge there. That was rough. But I had no other choice but to go for it. I played Snapback. What if I played Snapback against this deck? That'd be interesting. No, because if they're gonna combo, they're gonna kill me, or they're gonna do that. So either way, it's really bad. I think I like the way my deck is constructed. Can't believe they got the one-liner. This hand is not bad. I can keep. It has a 1-drop. Has like a spell pierce, or has a creature rather. I cannot talk today. I absolutely cannot talk. Okay, the pieces are coming. Just need to find a blazing shoal. Um, Gonna take it slow route. 10 turns to go. 9 turns to go. I can't stop a sudden shock, so it's like I can't really bother with that. So I mean, I can't really play around it because I can never deal with it. So I'm just gonna tap out here. Big whiff. That's why I don't like Breathe It Up sometimes. I legit cannot deal with sudden shock. I don't have a way. I don't really have an idea of how to beat it, especially with threat. That's totally fine. I think they have 2 mana up, so they're definitely holding sudden shock. Appear. I guess I can get Muddle the Mixture. If I draw a 3rd land, I can find a Blazing Shoal. Hmm. I want to Spell Pierce this. I'm gonna Spell Pierce and see what happens. If they just tap out, I kill them. They might think this is actually worthy of not getting. They could even like tap 1. So see, yeah, it's just like a test. Let's see. Top. Just waiting, I guess. We're just waiting. I think I can kill them post. Maybe they leave 2 mana up. I think they might be just they're just holding up mana. It's not even doing anything. They're not even attacking, which is crazy because they can't block. Um hmm. I'm taking a second muddle. Just as like a maximum amount. Okay, there's a shoal. I knew I'll draw it eventually. So now I have like a lot of like protection spells, sort of, but not really. Like I still can't fight a sudden shock because I can't give my guy hexproof, like as an equipment or something. Hmm. Well, I'm gonna keep attacking. I mean, they could also be building up a good hand, so I have to think about that. Um, okay, I'm gonna muddle this. They're gonna pay, and they're gonna pay, and then they Dragonstorm. Okay. I'm gonna do it again. This makes them tap low, because if they're trying to Dragonstorm here, then oh my god, I'm adding Storm! What am I doing? No, this is so bad. Actually, I'm just dead. I'm adding Storm. I completely forget about that. I don't know. I'm so bad. If I just let this happen, but they have like 2 mana ups. The problem. I'm just gonna die anyway. Oh god. Okay. Oh, that's their play. Oh, this is better. Okay, maybe this worked out. Okay, if they had Dragonstorm, I was dead on the spot. So now I'm gonna lunge and try to kill them. Like, this is my best chance. Oh, I have Spell Pierce too. This is my best chance of killing them. Okay. This deck is stressful. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. These YOLO moments, I hate. I hate this. But, I mean, I got the win. Alright, round 3 with the Penny Dreadful Infect list. On the play. Good start. There's a pause. I think my opponent is... Yep, they're showing a Gigantha. Got a mulligan. No lands. That's bad. Um... Uh... Oh, this hand... I think so my opponent's showing Gigantha, which doesn't really mean anything, because a lot of the decks just play Gigantha as a companion. So it could be like cycling, it could be like ascendancy, it could be so many different things. Um this hand is not great. I think I'm gonna go to 5. Okay, I can work with this. I can work with this. I don't know if to keep this. I think I'm gonna ditch the Spell Pierce. Okay. Dop can like kind of recoup some of the cards I lost. Okay, so I guess we're playing cycling. So, I mean, if I can get like a really early bottom that, if I get a really early gigantic thing to do, I can kill them. So if they tap out for like a lightning rift, I can just kill them. I'm definitely gonna do because I can't beat a lightning rift. I absolutely cannot beat a lightning rift. Can't even beat a spark spray right now. I'm just gonna pierce it ups now. Maybe they just like, okay, I found the salvo. I'm gonna go for it because I can't really play around anything. I'm just gonna go for it. If they have the spark spray now, then if they have spark spray right now, yeah, I'm dead. Whatever. I have like my last card's like a Linear Claw Mirror, you know? So okay, they had spark spray. Dang it. The longer this game goes, the worse it gets, I think. Especially if they just like, I don't know. I'm totally fine with this. I'm actually fine with this. I'm not fine with like losing my creature. I'm just fine with like if I just like hold up for forever, I mean it just gives them time to like build up the hand. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Especially the Ickle is like way worse. Maybe maybe just like bide my time. I don't know. I can't be patient. I'm not very patient with this deck. But the last time I was patient, I got messed up. So there's like a low chance they kill it. They have to have like a 4 of really, right? I guess they had a redraw with the planes, so maybe. Definitely attacking right into this. They could trade with 2 second cards if they wanted to. Ooh, scary no block. Could have killed them. If I had the cards, but I don't. Time to Solundi Vision. I don't think I'm winning this, but I felt fine to go for it, especially on a mold of 5. I'm just I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna craft a hand that's gonna help win that if they just hold up Spark Spray. Okay. The good thing about like these random 2/2s that they're gonna hold back is that they do not block well. So I can still actually draw the kill here. They don't block. They decide not to block. Okay, Solundi Vision. They could respond by just Spark Spraying my guy. It's not a big deal. Alright. Hey, I'm gonna push 2 creatures to the bottom. That's not good. Guess I'll take Blazing Shoal. Okay. Well, they can't really block, so the Flourishing Fox is just gonna go ham. I guess they could like team up and double block. Now they have 1 card left, so but I am facing a really quick clock. I guess I have to like hold back, but I mean, I don't know. I think I'm just losing. I think it's just a losing effort. I can cast a shoal for 2 now. I can actually hard cast for 3, actually. Alright, I'm just gonna concede. I'm not gonna beat a Rift. Never will. I actually never will beat a Rift. As sad as that seems. Bowling to 5 is not good against this. But maybe I shouldn't have even gone for it. I don't know. I think I was okay to go for it there. I'm gonna bring in all of these. I'm gonna just try to like protect the board this time around. I have to keep in Key to the City. They could play the guy that makes tokens, Valiant Rescuer. So that kind of needs to stay. I don't really need Boomerang. I don't think I really care about that. Unless they play Dovin. Unless they have Dovin in their sideboard, which case that's going to be pretty rough. Anyways. The lunges are only really good with Blighted Agents. But I might need to keep some in. I have to expect like board wipes too. So these have to be good. I like this spell actually against Seamus Flare as well. And against like a Spark Spray. Guess I'll cut all these. I just hope I just draw a creature or a muddle to find a creature. Yeah, I think this is okay. This is definitely the heat check for the deck. Isn't that good enough to compete? Because this deck's very good. I'm gonna keep. This hand's pretty decent. Any sort of like 1 mana interaction spell is gonna be really good. Spell Pierce or Dispel. Except if they play a Lightning Rift and then the game's over. I actually can't really deal with that. It's actually insane how I can't deal with that. Mono Blue does lack like enchantment hate, so to speak. Let's keep this on top. Okay, Apostle Blessing's not bad. The Fox versus, like, Blighted Agent race is not really a winning race for me. Unless, of course, I draw the big spell. Okay. They're just gonna... Okay, they're gonna make a 3-3. No big deal. Just gonna crash on through. They might be just holding Spark Spray or representing Spark Spray, which is really good. I have to play, like, really carefully. I can just play around it by playing 2 creatures. Doubles my clock. But then I get messed up by Sweltering Suns here, but I don't think they'll really Sweltering Suns with their own Fox in play. I doubt it. I think they should kill something. If they have a Spark Spray, they should probably kill something. Okay, they don't. So I kind of gained a life there from them not, like, for them representing something they may or may not have. I think they have it, because they wouldn't play like that. Like, if they Sweltering Suns here, I'm actually perfectly fine with it. I have a bunch of muddles to find a new thing. Ooh, they cycled Gopher Blood. That could have actually killed a creature here. These cards have text. They do have text, so they could have actually killed a creature. So maybe that means they're actually, like, good on removal. Okay. So they don't fear death, so they're attacking. It's good for them. I mean, next turn they can definitely... I'm just gonna attack. Well, next turn they could definitely just Sweltering Suns here, and the Fox will just live through it. I could just Apostle's Blessing something. Kind of have to, like, hold up counter magic. I actually just counter these Sweltering Suns now with Muddle. So I think I would do that. So tap out away. Tap out you go. What is that? What am I saying? Does that even make sense? Tap away. Tap away. That's what I want to say. I'm actually hoping they do. Because it saves me a turn from them just cycling a bunch. There's technically a 2-turn clock. If you kind of look at that. Look at it that way. Okay. Okay. There's actually another Gopher Blood. Interesting. I mean, this is a sorcery. It's sorcerer speed fighting, so it's not, like, super amazing. Okay. Peer through depths. They can kill 2 creatures right now. They should do it. Just double Spark Spray. Go for it. I tapped out last time and it didn't really do anything. Okay. If they have double Spark Spray, I mean, more power to you. Wow, they have double Spark Spray. Okay. I can't just wait around, because then I'm just going to block and die. I could find Blazing Shoal, so I guess I'll take that. But I am going to die to this thing. I don't know what to do there. I don't think I can, like, really wait around and wait to die. I could, like, maybe hold back, maybe block this thing, but then they just kind of, like, kill 2 things. I'm not really sure. I don't think I could, like, win that way. Turn 1 Fox is, like, their best start. It just puts a lot of pressure, and maybe I could have brought in the snapback, but I don't think I could, like, wait around. I think I played okay, but given the circumstances. That's a rough matchup, especially when they play Lightning Rift. Right, round 4 was a Penny Dreadful Infect list. Let's try to bounce back. I'm gonna keep. This hand's okay. This could find a 2-drop. Ops are pretty good. I already have the salvos. That's the hard part. So So I'd have to find the Blazing Shoal. Okay, another salvo. Okay, we have an Is It Mirror. Okay, that's good. I'll take that. I think I'm gonna play the. I'm gonna wave the land, so I'm just gonna play land pass. Just to find a creature. I can muddle for a creature, and then I already have like the kill, I guess. Okay. Oh god. Oh no. I could die here. I could possibly die here. Okay. Oh, they're playing Storm Herald. Okay, they're it's like a 3-drop, right? Hmm. Okay. I'll opt again. Bottom that. Okay, found another Blazing Shoal. My guy's gonna be huge. My guy's gonna be huge. Okay, let me. This is gonna take a while. This is like if they don't have the thing, then I die. Or if they don't have the thing, I can live for a bit. But this is gonna take a while. I have to go find the thing, cast it, and then actually kill them. So, not super great. Not a super great plan, but it's the plan I have. I have everything in my hand. Okay. No, they have counterspell in their deck. Oh my goodness. So they can kind of just wait for me to do it. Okay, they're gonna look at my hand. They're gonna see if it's fine. The coast is clear. Then they'll probably just kill me here with the Storm Herald. I actually don't know how Storm Herald reads. Let me see. Haste. Winner's battlefield returning under auras. For graveyard battlefield. Okay. Okay. So yeah, it's pretty good. So they'll just kill me now. Okay. Frantic search. They're safe. They're playing with probes. So they're playing Burning Anger too. So they don't even have to attack. Well, no, I mean they play and then the Burning Anger classification is the combo. While this is on the stack, then they just tap and kill me with it. Okay, it's fine. This is fine, I guess. Okay, so a lot of different things I have to deal with. I guess I have to like snap back them and boomerang them. I'm not really sure. I've never really played against this. Is Ravenous Trap good? I don't think Ravenous Trap is good. I can tell you. They're playing Counterspell too, so I guess I have to play the spell as well. Cut the key. Got a key here. Guess I'll shave some anticipates. I don't know. I don't know if Ravenous Trap's gonna be as good. I think my graveyard hate suffers from not having like things like Nihil Spellbomb. Instead I'm playing like this. Wait, actually, oh, Runestone's not that bad. Yeah, Runestone's actually pretty good because it actually can like knock off. Yeah, okay, I'll play Runestone. Okay, let's try this. I guess I don't know if Boomerang's gonna be good enough. Not gonna lie. Oh, I could like boomerang the. I could actually boomerang the enchantments. So yeah, that's not bad. I don't know if Snapback will work out though. Um, I guess I'll keep. It's very hands I don't like, which are very reactive in my combo decks, but I do have a peer through depths. I think at this point I'm just kind of just playing the play. The deck is okay. Maybe I could use probe. I don't know. They could just play better or be better. Just be better at Magic, and then I think the deck would be pretty good. Sadly, the Pierce the Depths doesn't really find a creature unless I drop Fabricate and I can find a Iggreclaw here. I guess we'll take Muddle. Because Muddle goes finds the creature. Which I guess we'll do. They could kill me. I get. Oh god, I almost clicked something crazy. I could go get Weathered Runestone. That wouldn't be that bad. It would stall for a while. Yeah, let me play Weathered Runestone. Maybe I can just counter play this through. I can also die here. Okay. Oh, they have Swan Song. Does that count artifacts? It doesn't. Okay. Double Thought Scour, mills a Herald, so 1 down, 3 to go. Whenever they're playing something like Academy Researchers, that'd be really annoying. Academy Researchers, I could still deal with that with like a snapback. But I mean, I think like playing those runes is gonna be really good. Okay, maybe my deck does do something. Okay, there's an Iggleclaw here. Play a Runestone. I think it helps against. Okay, they're gonna Is It Charm. I'm going to. No, I'm gonna Spell Pierce this. So at least this fights a Storm Herald part. I don't know what the rest of their deck is. I could say might have removal for artifacts. I'm not really sure. I think if they're playing some sort of graveyard-based hate card. Okay, they do have Researchers. This is totally fine. I have like multiple removal spells for this. Okay. Um. Gonna Boomerang on my turn. Okay. I want to play the land actually. Still the Swan or the Snap back up. At least I'm like protected against half the combo. Okay. I can start beating down with this Iggreclaw mirror. Maybe should play actual counterspell. I don't know. I don't know if it's good enough. It's very slow. This deck was more built to be kind of all in, but maybe I could like slow down, play more controlling route. Counterspell is a good protection spell. So those permanents can't enter the battlefield through the Storm Herald, which is pretty great. Peer through depths. Now I can start assembling my own combo. I'm going to take the Volcanic Salvo, because it's harder to find than Blazing Shoal. I've many different ways to find Blazing Shoal. Not as many ways. Oh, that was during the end of their turn. Okay, well, whatever. This doesn't matter. It's the first time I think I've ever actually resolved a Weathered Runestone for it to be effective. We'll dispel this. We'll try to fight against this. I actually completely forgot that was the end of my turn that I casted that Peer through depths. I would have done at the end of their turn, but kind of like spaced out for a second. Let me sit up. I'm just sitting up. I'm sitting up. Are they gonna main phase? Okay, they're just gonna play a Storm Herald, which doesn't work with the Weathered Runestone. It shouldn't. It shouldn't. Should it? It shouldn't, right? Okay. So I guess they're just blocking. So if I draw a Blazing Shoal, I could just kill them. Okay, let me opt for one. Um, I guess that like draws a Blazing Shoal, but I can't really like snap back there. What if I just bottom this and this is kind of wild because I have a free card in my hand, but I don't have another blue spell. It's really interesting. I guess I'm gonna top this. Kind of like this part of the game where they might play another. They definitely have a second creature in their hand. This is the problem. I guess I'll just transmute now. I'm not gonna kill them because I can't. They can just play two creatures, and now I'm kind of like boned here. Did I keep the key to the city in my deck? Didn't. It's not good. Because then you just play the researchers, I guess. That'd be pretty good. Okay. Oh, that hits my creature. That kills my creature here. Okay. Do I have a postmortem lunge in my deck? I don't have any in my deck. That's not good. Well, I can still snap this back. I can just still kill the creature. Okay. Snap back. Maybe they have counterspell. Who knows? Play this. They could counter this. Okay. And they might be just waiting to counter the Blazing Shoal, which is totally fine. I think they know I have Salvo and Shoal. I mean, they definitely know I have Shoal. I'm pretty sure they know I have Salvo as well. Okay. This is when the mirror is really bad. This is when the mirror is super bad. Okay, okay, they have researchers. These guys just block. They just block all day. They have another okay, they have another classification. That's pretty good. So if I draw another boomerang or snapback, I can just block the Herald. And this is probably game. Okay, drew another shoal. This thing is huge. Trample? Okay, it doesn't trample. I guess I could just block it. I mean, if they have the anger, then I'm just dead. I wish I would have just like. What if I have just. Wait, what did I draw off that? No, there's no way because I shuffled my deck with the muddle. There's no way to think that like I would have found a thing. I mean, this is getting really interesting, but not for me, for them. Okay. If they draw a Burning Anger, okay, they're just gonna kill my guy. I'm dead. Okay, cool. I don't know, I just run out of gas a lot. Alright, round 5 with the Pain Triple Infect list. I'm definitely not making top 8, but it's okay. We live with it. It's one of those bad, not island hands I'm gonna keep, though. I do have, like, a Blazing Shoal, so I just have to find... I guess I can find, like, an island with a straw here. Then start opting and stuff. Okay. Like, if I don't find a basic land, I'm just gonna opt for one, hopefully. This whole thing didn't go as well as planned, but, you know, those are the growing pains of decks. Riftwing Cloudskate, so I should beat them before that. Okay, so I'm gonna opt here. I'll put that in the bottom. I kind of just want island. Okay, so I found that. I should have actually played this Soul Undivision, I think. 2 counters left, 2 turns to kill my opponent. Or something crazy happens. Okay, Astrolabes or oh, blocker. I don't like that. I don't like blockers. They drew another Cloud Skate. Okay. We'll play this thing. I'm gonna play this. And we'll pass. I think they're playing a wave deck. I'm sure I'm getting waved here. Okay. Wave is a little annoying. Actually, it's a lot annoying. It's not just a little annoying, it's actually a lot annoying. But I can outlast it, perhaps. I can just muddle for another creature, I guess. Um, no, I'll just wait. I can just hold it for like something. I don't really know. Oh, they're gonna bounce one of my lands, right? I mean, if you bounce like now, bounce a Slundy Isle for me. That'd be great. Let me just bounce around Astrolabe, just to draw a card. Oh, perfect. Thank you. Perfect. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Because I'm gonna use it. I'm using it right here. This deck doesn't have the fastest clock in the world, but it does have a good like sort of lockout sort of scenario. Not really. They have to resolve like Nevermaker first. And their clock is really slow, so I think I can just wait out the counters or just like put more creatures on the battlefield. Okay, this might be like a okay, they're just playing a Cloud Skate. Sure. I honestly would just bounce my own Astrolabe. Seems fine. I don't know. Okay. Just kinda try to Stone Rain me a bit. I will anticipate. Okay, I can play a Fabricate. Fabricate finds a Ichor Claw Mirror. I discard a land. I don't think this is good for me. I don't think that this Parallax Wave is any good at all. Let's see. Maybe I'm just supposed to like get more creatures on the battlefield. Maybe I'm just doing this all wrong. Playing passive against this clock. I mean, you could just add more creatures, right? So you're just playing passive, it's not a good idea. I can't really deal with creatures. Like, I can't counter them. I don't have, like, counter spell. So a lot of it requires me to keep my creature and then kill them with it, but that's, like, not happening with a Parallax Wave. So maybe I should have just transmuted the last turn. Okay, playing a Vat. Could have, like, spell pierced it, I guess. I don't know. I don't think it's probably good enough. Pier. I guess I could take another like muddle. I could take another spell pierce. I think I'll just take muddle at this point. Maybe they're playing counterspell. I'm not really sure. They're kind of like low on cards. Play this. Just gonna muddle. Maybe a blighted agent. If they have a way of killing their own Cloud Skate and putting it on the Mimic Vat, it's probably just game. I actually can't deal with things like that. Okay. It's annoying, but it's not the end of the world. Actually, no. We think. It's just 6 in the air. That's like the worst case scenario, right? It's just 6 in the air. I would have to like draw a salvo just to kill everything. I could like Bladed Agent, Blazing Shoal, my Bladed Agent, then salvo these 3 things to stay alive next turn. So I have to draw another salvo. And then they can't counter it. And then they put it on the vat and then I die. It's like it's like not even like the weirdest plan could work here. Because worst case I'm just taking 6. I'm just taking 6 here. They're thinking very hard. Um yeah, I'm just dead. I don't know what to do. Like I don't know what to do there. This is a great video. Just like, no, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So okay, I don't really like lunge in this matchup. They're not like down to kill things. I will play Spyglass against Paradox Slave. That's a decent idea. I could like boomerang it, maybe. They might. They are kind of like bluish. I don't know. They're Bant. They're playing Coiling Oracle. It's pretty good. Might have to play like Snapback or like Apostle's Blessing. The color scheme seems to be all over the place, but mostly blue so far. I'm not bringing Snapback. I think it's a bit more like universal of an answer. I don't know about Spell Pierce to protect my people, but it does counter a wave on 4. Yeah, maybe I'll trim one. I don't know. I do have like a Spyglass, so we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. My hand was super slow. This hand also seems really slow. Actually, I got a mulligan. I kind of want to have a creature. This is better, but the lands kind of suck. Actually, it has really everything except the lands. The lands are like terrible, but I'm gonna keep. It's like a turn 4 if nothing happens. Uh, so like untapped land would be amazing here. But I could just kill them. I could just kill them if they don't kill my Blighted Agent. Okay, that was really good. I'm going for it. If they tap out for a creature or something, I'm just gonna kill them. I don't care. You've gone. We take these. We take these all day, every day of the week. Okay, so they're not tapping out. So instead, I'm just gonna nug them. If I had a Spell Pierce there, I would have just gone for it. Maybe. For just a second, they tap out. They might, unless they put like a creature. They somehow have like a Reflector Mage on my Blighted Agent, then they can't. Well, the mirror still gets through. I have two red sources now. I can cast. I can just hard cast Salvo if I need, or Shoal if I need to. At the Salvo, not yet, but I don't really hard cast a Shoal. I wonder if I've ever done that. I don't know. I think there's a way to build this deck where it's a lot more like protective, but still plays Shoal. I'm not really sure. I'm really just like all in. I'm just trying to like assemble the combo. I'm just trying to like ignore my opponent, which I don't think you can really do in this format. I think your opponent's doing their absolute best to not try to lose. So I think I should be a bit more like I should be setting up things more. But I don't know. Some decks are like really fast. Okay, they're like a blade splicer, so they're gonna die. I'm gonna just kill them. Unless they have snapback. If they had snapback, then they're just gods, I guess. I'm just gonna go for it. Okay. They did not have snapback. Thank goodness. Alright, game 3. Am I reading Apostle's Blessing? I don't know. What spell? I kind of want to Spell Pierce back. I don't know. I really don't know if they're playing like counter magic. I think Spell Pierce on the draw is gonna be great against like Wave. I want to cut a Pier. I actually want no. Pier's pretty good at finding most of the things. No, I'll shape a Pier. Screw it. So those are the hands I like. Creature, kill. Alright. No creatures. I do have a Boomerang. Pier. Might just mulligan. This hand's a bit better. I do have a creature to start. I have a muddle to find the thing. So I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna cut the opt here. This is actually a really good hand. There's a deck here. I just have to like figure out the correct numbers. I've been like I was tweaking it for like a while. So maybe I just need more. I don't know. There were some games this run where I felt like the game was close. It didn't really turn out that way. Maybe like a decision here or there could like sway everything. I think the cycling matchup might be just bad. I think it just might be bad. If they have like double if they have a bunch of like spark sprays, yeah, that could be bad. Or a lightning. I don't know how to resolve a light. I don't know how to resolve lightning rift. That's really bad. Looks like they're mulliganing a lot. Or it feels like they're mulliganing. They went to 5. Keeping my 6. I think they're deciding what to put on the bottom. The Blight Agent's clearly the best creature. There's an argument to like maybe playing Stinger, Plague Stinger, but like you have to dip into black. It's like it's very hard. I think on the mana base because you really want untapped lands all the time. So I'm not really sure. I'm not sure that's good enough. It might be good enough though. So this is a turn 3 kill if nothing happens. I might just go for it honestly. Um, bottom. Okay, I found the shoal. So now I can just hold up muddle for something. I don't really know what. Hmm. I'm gonna go for it, I guess. I'm just gonna go for it. If they have a counter spell, I can muddle it. Okay. I guess sometimes you just kill them. And that's how we should play it. Just draw the right hand. Just do that. Alright. Back with the top 8 of the tournament. I promised I would record it, so I am recording even though I'm not here. So we're gonna watch Alvaro Carvalho, and I messed that name up, against Glaciano. Glaciano's playing Green Post Ramp, basically a ramp deck with a Cloud Post, green spells, and they're casting Eldrazi, huge Eldrazi. Also 4 Mindslayer, which is really nice. To the other side, Alvaro's playing Red White Cycling, one of the pillars of the format here. I'm also playing a league match at the same time, so I might be distracted. Okay, but yeah, turn 1 Cloud Post, good start for the Cloud Post deck. This is a weird matchup. I think honestly, if there's any like weaknesses to like Red White Cycling, it's when decks go like super over the top. Sometimes they just can't deal with like big amounts of mana coming at them. Their deck is like I wouldn't say like fast at all, but like it has fast starts. Like a Turbo Fox, it's pretty fast start if you can't deal with it. But realistically, like these like big mana spells, like next turn they'll have 6 mana. They play a normal land, and if they play a Glimmer Post, they'll have way more than that. I think it's like they'll have 7. Oh, 8. We'll have 8 mana. So yeah, so this is 8 mana already. Turn 3, 8 mana. This seems good. So a lot of things could happen. Prophetic Prism's gonna filter these color lands to green lands if they say so please. Alright, Sylvan Scrying probably finds they can find a lot of utility lands here with the scrying. They'll probably just find another like cloud post. They'll probably just go big or go home. At some point they can just like play. They'll just be able to play their what do you call it? Mind slavers, whatnot. Okay, they found a labyrinth of Scopothos, which is basically like a weird sort of like um Maze of It like effect. The second deck found his Flourishing Fox, which is a good start against the sort of like most of the post decks will just ramp the first couple of turns. But I mean they've got all their stuff settled, so if they just kill this Fox, that'll be pretty good. Or just invalidate it in some way. In game 2 of my league match. I'm playing a different deck and I'm up a game, so I'm trying to like finish this. I try to like sneak in a game in between, but the round ended pretty fast. Alright, Fox goes in for 4. Glimmer Posts actually like invalidate the card quite a bit, so I mean, this is a lot of mana. What will they play here? I like maybe they have a Mind Slaver that just Mind Slave them for a second. Or they have Spawnsire Ulamog. This card needs to be bugged, but if they have 20 mana, they can get all sorts of Eldrazi from their sideboard basically, and yeah, they have like 8 Eldrazi in their sideboard, so they can flood the battlefield if they get the 20 mana. That's kind of nutty. Also, it's just random 7-Eleven, by the way. So this is what I'm talking about. This is just like a crazy board. What are these Lightning Roots gonna do against a Sponsor Ulamog? Now they're gonna Mind Slave them? Oh my goodness. Alright, won my match. Nice. Good for me. Okay, whoops. Close that lobby. Okay. Now I can focus. So the Spawnsire, they're gonna attack the Fox into the Spawnsire here. They're gonna make the block. Expedition map can go find maybe like a buried ruin or a good another cloud post. A buried ruin would be funny to like sort of loop the at least get okay. Oh, they have 20 mana. Oh wait, no, they're just making Eldrazi spawn. So the spawn do make like mana here, but they have like almost 20 mana already. They have another Spawnsire. Oh, you can cast. Wait, what? Oh, I guess they just had a bunch of mana. The Annihilator 1 is actually really big here. 4 mana gets them off of a Xenoflare mana. They get rid of a Rift, which is really bad. It's just not good. How much mana do these make? Each Cloud Post makes 6. So, oh my god, this game's over. They're just gonna dump a bunch of Eldrazi on the battlefield. And they'll have This is crazy, and I actually love it. There's only 2 Spawnsires in this deck. This healer is completely outmatched. And this is what I'm talking about. Just this over-the-top nonsense is really good. I don't know how this deck fares against, like, hard aggro, and I think that's the problem with most Cloud Post decks, is that they kind of struggle in those sort of matchups, but this looks really good against, like, a sort of like dirtily mid-rangey plan sometimes of the cycling deck. All right, 20. In their sideboard, they actually have 4 Artisan Coslick and 4 Pathrays or Ulamog to just kind of like dump on the battlefield. But yeah, that's game 1 to the green post deck. Game 2, they could bring in, I guess maybe return it. I don't know if they even care about Lightning Rifts, to be honest with you. Maybe Brittle Effigy to kill some creatures. Green is not really good at that, so most people play like Tangle to kind of like buy a turn, but Brittle Effigy is fine if you're playing a bunch of Cloud Post mana. I don't know what this deck, the cycling deck, does on the other side here. This is kind of crazy. Maybe they could play Dovin to slow down some of the ramp, but Dovin's like a 3-drop. Dovin Hand of Control, that is. And then Dovin is like a 3-drop, so that might not be, that might just be too slow because it can easily like turn to Explorer, Sylvan Scrying, or even like turn 1 map and just find something. This is actually not a good matchup for cycling, but you know the deck is incredibly resilient. There's plenty of I've seen the deck play plenty of matches where they just kind of, I think their best start is maybe like a turn 1 Fox, turn 2 like Valiant Rescuer, flood the board with a lot of creatures, and then just kind of like quickly overwhelm the green post deck before they can set up. That's really their best bet. They can't really depend on lightning rifts, but they can like finish them off. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Cloud Post decks against this deck. The problem with Cloud Post decks, for the most part, are not super awesome against aggro decks. It can be a tough matchup. So I mean that's the yin and yang of formats in general. You have good matchups and you have bad matchups. The rest of the top 8, let me look real quick while this match is going. I think there's like an Orzhov hero deck that's in top 8. Another cycling deck. This is in random order. There's eggs. Someone's playing eggs. We'll have to watch that. Mardu midrange, Neo Hermit, and what is the last one? I think goblins. 8 whack. 8 whack goblins. Okay, so interesting top 8. All right, the turn 2 Fox rather from the turn 1 secluded step here, and the Rescuer. So this is the start I was talking about. The Grazers do kind of get in the way for a little bit, so they do buy some time. But this is a pretty. I think this is the start you kind of want if you're the cycling deck. They play Random Excavator. I've never actually seen this card played yet, but it's actually incredibly unique. A unique effect. They can play lands from their graveyard, so they're good against Ponza decks, I guess. Um, I don't know why this card's actually a main deck card, so I'm not sure why this card's actually really here. I guess if they're worried about their Cloud Post dying, they can just get them back. I guess this is really. Oh, I just realized. So they're playing Buried Ruin. So Excavator Buried Ruin is kind of a lock with. Oh, Mindset. That's actually ingenious. That's a good plan. I like it. Wow, nice plan. I've been trying to think of like Mindslaver locks, and this is actually a really nice plan. All right, another Glimmer Post. It's gonna make the Cloud Post make a little more mana. We're gonna play a Garrick. Garrick is a 2 of in this list. Can make a lot of mana with Cloud Post. This is an interestingly thought out deck, I would say. I'm also playing a card that hasn't seen Penny Turf for a while. Elvish Rejuvenator. Another card that finds Cloud Post. So they're very heavy on Cloud Post findings. Elvish Rejuvenator, Ancient Stirrings, Explore, Expedition Map, Sylvan Scrying, all 4 ofs. So the deck is very focused. And it's really just trying to like slaver lock people, it seems. But I mean, the Garrick is gonna continue to come with the boards, and this is looking really good for the post player. I guess the Lightning Rift can slowly take out some of these things with 4 mana. Uh, two cyclings here with 4 mana can take out the Excavator or anyone else. Okay, Garrick's gonna untap a bunch of lands. They might play Mindslaver here. Oh, they're also playing like a Tech Edge too. I like Tech Edge. Like a Tech Edge with a Excavator, it's really nice. Wonder if they're playing Ghost. They should play Ghost Quarter too. Ghost Quarter is honestly, it could be just kind of call it. It's kind of like a stone. It's a wasteland basically against Hermit decks. That'd be really interesting. I'm a fan of Excavator. It's just kind of hard. You kind of just need to have it, and you can't really search for it in any way. So it surprises the three. If it gets like the Mindslaver log, it's not really like a big plan of theirs, but it's there. Scrabbling Claws also can eat away the graveyard, so it kind of like nerfs Flare. It doesn't really invalidate it really. They probably cycle more cards than they have. Than they can eat. So the Claws is nice. It does cycle at worst. You can't just sacrifice it to draw a card. It doesn't really cycle. The cycling deck does the cycling. All right. Um, I don't know. I don't know if they really have a big plan right now. The cycling deck. I think they're just like at the mercy of this this ramp deck. They just not doing anything. Okay, there's a spawn sire. The big 7-Eleven. They can't really. It kind of does a lot here. Now a lot of attacks are just incredibly invalidated. This is a very interesting list. All right, there is the Dovin. I did call that being in it. I think it is a bit slow. It kind of like taxes like a Mindslaver thing a little bit, but it does also nerf. Oh, okay, it'll fog the spawn sire, but they can definitely activate the ability. So I think they don't really care about that as much as long as they can get the 20 mana. I think that's really what they're looking for. All right, how will I'm just waiting to see what the next thing's gonna happen. It's actually really fun. I think their next bet is just to find a Mindslaver, but they're gonna return to nature the Lightning Rift, which is good. I mean, it's okay. Okay, they'll make some Eldrazi. Every 4 mana makes 2 extra mana, so this is pretty interesting. Once they get to 20, it's a go time. The army will be unleashed. There's not much else to say really. This game is slowly going to become over. Once the sponsor gets 20 mana available, they're going to town. I'm pretty sad there's not like a Eldrazi that gives you Eldrazi haste or something, or Colorless Creatures haste. I would love to have that. Eldrazi spells. Okay, let me look. I guess there's no like Eldrazi like I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. Like colorless creatures you control have haste or something like that. This game's over. Calling it. The game is over. What is the second gonna do? They played another lightning rift. Awesome. Okay, 10 mana. Every 4 mana makes 2 mana with the tokens, and they're pretty much almost there. So this is 8 or 7. Okay, so they I guess if they're gonna try to live through this, the lightning rifts have to shoot these Eldrazi tokens. It's the saddest. It's actually the saddest state. But eventually, like the post deck it's gonna draw into the cloud post. I don't even like playing another lightning rift. But I guess like now one cycle takes out 2 with 3 mana. So it's not too bad. They have to recognize that though. That is the big thing. They definitely have to recognize that they have to start taking out these tokens. It might not be all for naught though. If anything, take out the Garrick. Okay, so they're aiming at the Garrick. Which actually I guess creates like 6 mana. Or it makes 3 mana. Really. Okay. But again, I think it's all for naught here. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Plus 7 here is 14, I guess. There's no really good attacks either. They've had a good attack since like turn 3. Alright, they're just gonna make more Eldrazi. They're pretty content on that. You could sack one Eldrazi to make an extra one. Okay, so they figured that math out, so almost there. Um, it'd be weird if they had a heads up sort of like Sweltering Suns here. I don't think they would. I don't think they thought about Sweltering Suns being good on this board. They actually don't even play Sweltering Suns at all. They play Pyroclasm, but I don't know if they would play it. It's actually interesting. The cycling deck declined to play a cycling card. Instead, they played Pyroclasm. So let's see, 5, 6, 10. 10 Eldrazi here, that's 10 mana. They're almost there. The Bonsire is actually kind of nuts. I remember when the 20 used to be bugged, it just didn't work. Because I guess like MTGO just didn't know what 20 meant. I think it like broke the game. They couldn't count to 20. MTGO couldn't. That's a really old bug though. But now it's good. Alright, what are these puny human soldiers gonna do against this? And again, they're covered on a lot of bases here. I like the setup here. They're also pretty good against a Zenith Flare here. The Scrabble Costs have just been munching away. They haven't really gotten a lot going, and plus they've had to like deal with so many things with the lightning rifts. They've had to like okay, they're going to the dome now. I mean, and the board's gonna get a lot bigger in a second. I think this is the turn they can do it. They have 8, 9. They have 13 tokens. Let's see. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So they have exactly 20 mana next turn. So if they don't shoot a token here, I mean, they let them untap. Okay, it's over. I would actually start shooting tokens in their face, but it's probably a losing effort. What are you gonna do? Like, you actually needed like a board wipe here, like a shredded, or sorry, Sweltering Suns or Power Closet would have been fine. Kind of would have wiped your stuff, but it would have delayed this. Okay, trading in all the spawn. It's hard to bring a Pyroclasm against with a Valiant Rescuer in your deck too. It's actually really hard to ask. Okay, cast any little draws spells from outside the game. Will they let him do it? They're not artifacts, so they're fine against the Dovin, so they don't take the tax. This is so silly. They just like shoved the biggest Eldrazi they could in their deck, in their sideboard, so they can use it spawn sire. What do you do? What do you actually do if you're if you're if you're the cycling deck? I don't know. Like your only comeback mechanic is Zenith Flare. You can't really do it because you have 0 cards in your graveyard. It's gonna be like Annihilator. Okay, so the spawn sire is Annihilator 1, which it should have been attacking all this time. Even if it can't do damage, the Annihilator trigger still happens, so they should have been doing it this entire time. It does still block, so I can see them not doing it, but so this is Annihilator 12 here, and then Annihilator 8. So it's Annihilator 21 coming at you next turn. Yeah, this is that was a beating. That was, yeah. Oh my god, they had all 4 players, and they all deal 0 damage. That's cool. The green post deck's gonna make it to the top 4. See the match going on? Um, no, I guess not. So I guess in a second we'll have the next round coming in a second. Stay tuned. All right, we are back with the semifinals. On the other side, we're gonna is the green post deck against the 8 whack deck. But we're gonna watch here 2 combo-rific decks here. Um, eggs. I believe it's eggs against Neoform Hermit. 2 decks trying to do two way different things. Neoform Hermit, it's basically a Hermit Druid deck, Druid Breakfast style deck. They want to get their entire library into their graveyard, uh, and then get like a from there, try to put a Lab Maniac into play, and then just draw other deck. There's turn 2 Hermit. I'm not sure if the Eggs deck's actually going to do anything about it, because I don't know if the Eggs deck even has like spells to do this. They would have to actually play Pyrite Spellbomb here, but the Eggs deck, yeah, I don't know if this is really a good matchup for Eggs. At least game 1, they would actually have to legitimately to play a Spellbomb and kill it, but they can't even activate a Spellbomb, which is really weird. I guess they have to use their egg mana. But yeah, the eggs deck is about as eggy as you think. The eggs here in Page are not as good. Most of them are like 2 drops, but most of them do draw cards. Conjurer's Bauble, Ulcerous Flask, and Golden Egg, things like that. They all kind of cantrip. And then you kind of try to chain your deck with Fates Rewards or Second Sunrises. Eventually, you can muster up a big Grape Shot, or I guess you could like loop Spell Bombs and kill them with that way. It's a very long it's a very long deck. Sideboard wise, I don't know what they do here. They've got cards like Ashes of the Abhorrent, which is kind of like the PD's version of Rest in Peace, but not really. It's actually a lot worse, but it's still okay. That means players can't cast spells from graveyards or activate abilities cards from graveyards. Spyglass can maybe like turn off a Hermit Druid. Not sure, but the Hermit deck does have counterplay here with wilts, which are most like graveyard hate are enchantments or artifacts. So wilt's pretty good. Freebooter's pretty decent against an egg style deck. Deck really doesn't have any removal. Swan Song could even be okay against uh Second Sunrise, but this is maybe a free ticket for the Hermit deck to go to the finals here. Dark Pantsu, kind of like the champion of the deck. A lot of good leak records, this deck, but I don't know if people like actually playing the best deck sometimes. Some people like to just prepare against it, and it can create some interesting sort of like weird metas where everyone's just trying to do their own thing, but at the same time, you kind of have to like respect the top dogs. Like, if I had to guess of like the best decks you could pick up and play, it's probably like the Hermit decks, Cycling decks, or I mean those are two at the top of my head. The Colossus deck is really good. Those are probably like the top three decks so far in terms of like good win rates and things. There's also things like red deck and various like white weenie shells that are pretty decent. Blue's a bit struggling, but I mean they do have like wave and just like mono blue Delver esque tempo decks that are okay. Maybe like a tier below. All right. Turn one birds. It's coming in by a golden egg. But yeah, these are just two wildly different combo decks, but one's way faster than the other. All right, they found the Hermit. Can the Eggs deck have an answer to the Hermit? All right, Spyglass, a good start. Spyglass can name the Hermit Druid, so they can't use the activation. I wonder if the Hermit deck planned for this and maybe tried to play a Wilt or maybe like a Masked Vandal. That's a really reasonable answer. Okay, the name is Hermit Druid, so the game continues. Also, the Eggs deck also has their own Swan Song, so you can kind of protect the Spyglass. Alright, they have Ancient Grudge. This is a crazy card, because even if you counter it here, you can still get it right back with Flashback. So it's kind of a tough one here. You're kind of in a tough spot. Alright, Hermit Druid is going to activate. There is a blue mana open, so if there was a counter spell for this Dread Return here, they can counter right back with their own Swan Song or something else. Dispel or something. Alright, the Narc Amiibo is coming to play. I think Narc Amiibo is like one of those cards that really enable decks like this. Like these decks are like fine without Narc Amiibo. With Narc Amiibo, they're just a bit more free. You need like more mana to do things, but the Narc Amiibos are really good. Here comes the Swan Song on the Druid. Did they have the Swan Song back? Dueling Swan Songs, and that's it. The Hermit deck wins. It's gonna go on to the finals. Gonna face the winner of this other match here. 8 whack against the post deck. And already the 8 whack deck has a bunch of 4/4s with devastating summons. We're joining in the middle. This is still game one. And like I mentioned in the quarterfinals, this is one of those bad matchups, I think, for the post deck. They take a long time to kind of get their footing. But I guess if they drew like okay, a Glimmer Post is not bad here. They do a couple of blockers. And I mean the red deck's pretty much out of lands, thanks to devastating summons. But these like 4/4s are pretty hard to block. This is not a bad spot to be in. But you do have to like draw something now. Oh, the Labyrinth is online. So now the Labyrinth can nerf one of the creatures, but one of the 4/4s is going to get through. You can kind of chip away for a bit. You really have to attack with both 4/4s to make this good, but Labyrinth takes out one. The probably the Dreamware gets in front of the other right now. Ooh, this could be like the stopping point though for the Green Post deck needs to kind of like get their footing. Like maybe you can find a Mindslaver here and kind of buy some more time. All right, another Rejuvenator can find another Glimmer Post. They found another Cloud Post. So they have tons of mana. There's nothing to do with it. And this is the weird thing about the green decks, are that you could have all this mana and you could have like nothing to do. So you see a lot of decks with like Primal Command, which is like a tutor for a big creature, or anything like that. And I mean the land tutors are really good. There's a lot of like one-up lands that are really handy for the green deck, the green post deck. Okay, they're just top decking this point. They're gonna Sylvan Scrying. They could find another Labyrinth. I'm not sure if they have a second Labyrinth. But they get Buried Ruin. Buried Ruin gets back a Mindslaver. Did they lock him out? This is the lock. Okay. So they have Mindslaver. They have tons of mana. They have the Excavator. This is the lock. Okay. So, I mean, there's no more turns for the the red deck here. They're gonna attack with the Excavator because they know they have their next turn. Like the red deck is not gonna have another turn, and eventually they'll just build up a lot of mana and try to kill them with it. Okay, they decline to play anything. All right, so the Beard Rune's gonna come back from the hand, gonna give back the Mindslaver for 2 mana, and then 10 more mana activates the play the Mindslaver and activates it. This is a lock. They're getting Slaver locked. The question is, how are they gonna win from here? You could definitely like make them do it to kill you, but the game is kind of over. Like eventually they can like, I don't know, get a Garrick out or get a Spawnsire out. A Spawnsire would just end the game almost on the spot. All the Cloud Posts make 6 mana each, so activating a Spawnsire is not out of this world here. Okay, they have Rejuvenated. They're gonna play it. Continually churning through the deck. See, this is the thing. I think like they need to play like a Primal Command, or if you want to improve on this deck a bit, Primal Command can go find you the Excavator, so you can actually play it and have this lockout. But I enjoy this a lot. This is great. I'm glad that someone kind of figured it out because I was trying to figure it out. And I guess it all took was an Excavator. Okay, they're putting. Oh, they're gonna start pumping the Crawling Barrens. That's a good. That's a good idea. I didn't see they had one of those. So every activation adds 2 counters to the Crawling Barrens. So eventually they can just push through the creatures. If you were to have a deck with Explorer, but also only play 21 lands, it's very awkward. I like the Red Rejuvenators a little bit better than Explorer, actually. Because Rejuvenators puts the lands into play. The Explorer, you don't really have the luxury. I mean, Rejuvenator can miss too, right? I think it misses less than Explorer, though. Okay, so eventually the Barons can just attack. They're just F6ing through their opponent's turn. That's why it looks really fast, but I think they're just F6ing through their turn. Okay. They have the option. This is the only time they ever get to activate make a decision there. So I think they're just F6ing through their turn. And they're just gonna go make them push their discard. Okay, Glimpo's gonna put him at a healthy 13. Not that it matters, because the game is over. The game has been over. Alright, play the Buried Ruin. Or they can just activate the Barons again and again. They actually can't play the Buried Ruin because they already played their Glimmer Post, which didn't really need to. They could probably just kill them next turn by okay, they're just not even they're just declining the block. Which means the game is over. It's gonna become 18. We're gonna go to game 2. Wow. Kind of clutched it back. Couple Glimmer Posts, found the Buried Ruin, Mindslaver combo. Kept alive with the Rejuvenators. That's why I like Rejuvenator. It does block in this matchup. Alright, game 2. This is hard. So when you're playing with Spawnsire, you kind of have to have a bunch of like big old draws in your sideboard. So you don't have a lot of room for improvement for your main deck here. So There are a couple like brittle effigies, but that cannot be good against this deck. There's no way. I would love to see like Tangles or something, but I guess we're just gonna try to overwhelm them as fast as they can. On the side of the 8 whack deck, could play in Price of Progress. That'd be a pretty great card. Price would be pretty insane. They can think about Smash Smithereens to kind of like kill, you know, Mind Slavers or something like that. Even Silent Gravestone could be a card they could play, but I doubt they will. I really like Price of Progress for sure in this matchup. Or turn 1 Goblin Cohort. Can't attack unless play another red creature. Or another creature spell, rather, so. But it is a 1 mana 2/2, and it is a goblin. This deck is very goblin based. They do play Goblin Grenade. I think if out of the 8 whack versions, I like this version the best. Because it's like, in terms of the goblin versions, it's very focused. It has a set plan, and it plays Goblin Grenade, which I really like. It also plays like a devastating summon. Summons Bushwhacker used to be an old red deck favorite. I played the deck before in standard, so Chain Lightning does take out the Grazer. I was wondering if they're gonna bring in Chain Lightnings. That was really weird. Um, or take him out rather. I don't think it's as good. I mean, it does kill an Excavator, so you kind of do need that. I guess it took out that Grazer, but then the Cohort can't really attack. That's why I don't like Cohorts much. If you're not playing a creature every turn, it's very. Ooh, they did bring in the effigies. It has very diminishing returns down the line, but I guess this get deck is not trying to go long. All right, now the Cohort can attack with the Firebrand. I also like the Firebrand and Mog Fanatics in the deck. It gives you like mini burn spells or also creatures, so it's really good against Hermit and things like that. So I think like both decks could have a reasonable shot. Maybe not the post deck, just the way it's constructed, but I think the 8 whack deck has a decent shot against the Hermit deck, which is in the finals already. But right now it does not look good. This the post deck is pretty stabilized. And the Effigy took out the 2/2, so all they have is just this measly 1/1. What is in their hand? What can they not do? It is kind of weird when you just play a bunch of like bushwhackers, and you can't really just bushwhacker every turn. You want to set up a nice big turn. But this deck is not going very wide so far. If I had to guess, they could probably like load up on like summons or grenades. There are other eight whack lists that exist that play Priest of Urabrask, which I really love. I'm kind of excited to try that. I think I like it a little bit in Devastating Summon. Summons is a bit all in, but you could like chain a bunch of 2/1s for free. I don't think it'd be that bad. Alright, so they chain lightning the beast token from the Garrick, and now they surged out a Reckless Bushwhacker. You have to kill the Garrick. There's no way you're gonna kill them in this stage, so you kind of have to attack this Garrick. Okay, so two go to Garrick, two go to the Dome. Map is probably gonna find a Cloud Post. If I had to guess. Kind of increase that mana. Another Expedition map. Probably could find another Cloud Post. Even a Glimmer Post to keep them alive a bit longer. All right, Foundry Seat Denizen, pretty much better on turn 1. Not super great on turn 6. But if you have another Bushwhacker, it does pump. So this is a big attack. These are the kind of attacks you like if you're the Summons deck or the Bushwhacker deck. All right, they're already at 5, so now they're right in Goblin Grenade range. All right, map. It's probably going to find a Glimmer Post if I had to guess, but that's not going to really do much. Oh, and okay, I'll gain him like 3 life. And if the red deck has nothing better to do here, the game could be over. All right, they found the Garrick. This is pretty good. They have to kind of make a beast. Ooh, okay, they have bigger plans. I guess you could activate the Barons and block something. That's not too bad. This is exactly 4 mana for the Barons to block. But yeah, anything like a Goblin Grenade attack is pretty much lethal. And this time you can't ignore the Garrick. I guess making a beast is like okay. Well, it's not really okay because if they have a chain lightning, the game is over. So I think I liked this line instead. This line plays around chain lightning. Ooh, they found a cohort and another bushwhacker. So now the game is over. We're gonna get to game 3. I guess cohort is good in the sense that it's just like a really cheap card to activate surge. Yeah, getting to 3 minutes seems really important with this red deck. They only play 18 lands, but they're very low to the ground. Just basically ones and twos. This is technically a 3-drop. I guess technically summons is like a 3-drop too, but oh god, is this gonna stay here? Alright, you have to get out, get back in. MTGO is a great program. Okay. Alright, game 3. Post deck's gonna be in the play. They're gonna have a better start. Turn 1 Cloud Post would be the best start. They have to get their ramp going as soon as they can. The effigies are just not enough. They are very slow against this red deck that really wants to go wide. And like I said, it's probably one of the nightmare matchups of the green post deck. All right, turn 1 map. It's a good start. Turn 1 Firebrand's also pretty good for the red deck. Get a little damage on the board. All right, map's gonna go find a cloud post. Not a bad start for the green deck. I would have loved to see like Razor though. I think Razor's a really good start. They found Glimmer Post. Okay, so they might have a Cloud Post already. Which is interesting. They would have just played the Cloud Post if we had it, right? I know just gaining a life is really good right now. You really just want to get your engines online before the crazy goblins come out of nowhere. Another fanatical firebrand, so a big attack for 2. Hey, they played the Glimmer Post. They can play a Rejuvenator. I guess Rejuvenator can't find a Cloud Post here. Found the Labyrinth, so Labyrinth could take out one of these little guys, but it's a lot of mana. What the thought's going on? Oh, there's. Alright, Bushwhacker kicked here. They're just gonna try to push through the Rejuvenator. If anything, I think it just like I guess this doesn't matter. It kind of blocks either way. I would have liked just taking it out with the fire. It probably doesn't matter because it could like I guess potentially block a Bushwhacker, but that doesn't really. You would be great if they blocked the Bushwhacker because the fire brands can up damage without attacking your face. All right, Sylvan's Scrying has to find a Cloud Post here. I think they've just nerfed their mana production so hard. All right, I think they should have found the first Cloud Post, um, with the first map. Because then, like, Glimmer Posts after that give you more life because of the Locust Lands. But the Cloud Posts are so slow that you kind of need them to get online. I think they're really focused on playing that turn through Rejuvenator. All right, Chain to the Dome. I think they're going to try to surge out this Reckless Bushwhacker. Okay. Not a bad plan if you're the red deck here. They're already at 5. The Labyrinth now is online. It could take out the 2-1, but that's not really like where you want to be. All right, a map. Map can go find a Glimmer Post and buys a little more time. But like I said, you're not really getting anywhere. You really need to put a body on the battlefield here this turn. Okay, Glimmer Post is the find. Don't have to chat up. I don't know where it is. It's kind of like breaking the pop-ups. All right, so let's see it. Let's see if this 8-whack deck can finish off the green deck. As simple as an attack and then sacrifice Goblin Grenade would probably be game. Do they have the grenade? There's still 4 cards in the red deck, and they have 3 mana. There's no way they can't cast everything here. If they had a summons, a devastating summons, I would just play it. Just for 3. That seems decent enough. Okay, they grenaded them. That's it. 8-whack on to the finals. Alright, back with the finals of the Penny Dreadful tournament here. It's going to be 8-whack against Neoform Hermit. 2 decks that were actually kind of hyped up at the beginning of the rotation, but one actually is very good, and the other one is still waiting to prove itself. Oops, tried to rename something that couldn't be named. So it looks like AWAC's made the play your turn 1 Foundry Street Denizen, probably the best start. Gets the damage online pretty quick. I think one thing the AWAC deck has going for it is that it does it can play 8 of these like Mog Fanatic like effects. There's Mog Fanatic and Fanatic of Firebrand, so they do have outs to like an early Druid. And they even played it instant speed as well. Although the instant speed is not that good. They're gonna kill the birds. That was it's very aggressive. They play another Foundry Street. Denizen's pretty great. Loves to see other guys come into play with them. Ooh, no second land for the Hermit deck. This is gonna be big. That was a big Chain Lightning. Bolt the Bird, as they say, is working out. Right, the Firebrand is here. I think you just have to attack with the Firebrand. You don't have to hang out. Unlike Bogfag, you have to choose whether or not you attack or wait to sacrifice something. I think you just have to attack. And if you have a Bushwhacker, either Bushwhacker, you just play it. Why not? Yep. They decided to play the Bushwhacker. It's really it just puts on the most damage quickly, and that's what you want to do. Once you have your opponent on the back foot, you just want to slam in, and this is 12 damage, and they're already at 5, so now they're in Goblin grade range exactly. And there's like nothing they could do, and that's it. 8 whacks didn't take the first game. Incredible turn of events. They just kept the one lander with this birds. There might have been a mulligan involved, maybe. I kind of missed the very, very beginning. Oh, they mulled the 4. Okay. Yeah, so that's a big deal. Not getting the correct land or hand start. So what do you do if you're the Hermit deck? This might be a bit rough. This could actually be a really big, rough matchup. The sideboard's very like focused towards beating Artifact Tape, but that might not be your problem. The real problem is like keeping your Druid alive. I think Post-Mortal Lunge goes a long way in this matchup. So I guess if you have to if you have to think about it, you have to worry about Artifact Hate. So they're probably just gonna be like Wilts and the Masked Mandal against the the Silent Gravestones of the red deck. Also, Price of Progress could be really good in this matchup. Of course, every land's non-basic because Druid needs to not see a basic land in order for the library to get milled. Turn 1 birds. We'll see if there's response to the birds. Alright, Mog Fanatic. Let's see if they're going to do the same thing. Yep, they're going to take out that bird. Alright, turn 2 Druid will require a response here. Does the red deck have another random goblin to kill it? Or a burn spell? Or even a gravestone. Gravestone would be okay. Alright, cohort. Ooh, that's not good. I think you just go for it here. If you're the Hermit deck, I mean, we know, because I know because I'm watching. They're gonna go for it. Like I think they must think it's very unlikely for them to have something like a Ravenous Trap, and they still have the one blue mana up, so they could have Swan Song. They brought in the Swan Songs. We actually see how they sideboarded. So they brought in Swan Songs. Looks like they only brought in Swan Song. Swan Song does protect your creature against burn spells, so it's not too bad. Looks like they didn't even bring in Wilts. I guess they'll bring it in if they see it. So here you go. Dread Return. Back. You have 3 creatures to sacrifice here. Dread Return is going to go back. Angels of Glory's Rise. Angels of Glory's Rise can all the humans. Humans being Hapless Researcher and Lab Maniac. And then double Freebooters so you can... Oh, they brought in the Freebooters too, so they can see what's in their hand. What they reveal, they had Summons, they had Bushwhackers, and the Mountains. Not a great hand. So they're going to try to draw a card with the Hapless Researcher, but they don't have any cards in their deck, and they'll win anyway. So game 2, going to the Hermit deck. No hate, no problem. They just kind of killed them with it. Now you're wondering if the Mog Fanatic was a bit too aggressive there. It worked out the first game, but then they get mulled to 4. This time they kind of kept it. So yeah, it looks like they didn't even bring in Wilts. So this game 3, if they can land a Silent Gravestone, and maybe they don't bring back in the Wilts, this is gonna be a very interesting game. Unless they had them all in their hand. There's 5 cards in the hand that we do not see. But yeah, this could be a very different game if the red deck kind of busts out Gravestone without them knowing. I think if you're an experienced Hermit deck, you kind of have to hedge that they're gonna bring in Artifact Hate. The good thing about Wilt is that it does cycle. So if they don't have anything, you can just kind of cycle it and kind of get a new look at things. Dark Panther here with the Hermit deck has failed to actually win a tournament with it yet. They've gotten pretty close. I think no, maybe they have. I'm not sure. According to the stats, they don't. Well, it's gathering stats. Maybe it's a different deck. Let's see. Maybe I'm. No, they do have a win. I'm mistaken. I'm sorry, they have a win. They won 2 weeks ago. This is just a different version. This version of this deck has not won yet, but I think they're slightly different. I don't know how different they really are, but they do have a win. Oh, is that wrong? Maybe the mana base is different. I don't know, but here we go. Game 3. AWAC has not won a tournament yet. They're waiting for the win. Dark Panther definitely won with one of them, but they're pretty consistent, and that's the key of playing Dreadful is to stay consistent. I think it's like fun to try all sorts of decks, and it's a lot of fun to try. But I think the people that do well the most definitely play the same decks. So and you get better and better the more you play. So if you're like a specialist, you can definitely get a high win rate by just sticking to one plan. I play all sorts of decks, and it's kind of fun, and that's why I'm so bad sometimes. But I don't know. If I focused, I could do so much. I could do so much. All right, resolving the mulligans looks like the AWAC deck is mulliganing the 6. The Hermit deck is also mulliganing to 6. Looks like they're keeping though. Looks like everyone's happy. So nice clean game. All right. They actually made the play. They really need to play a 1-drop here. Ooh, that's awkward. They didn't even have a 1-drop to start. One card I kind of don't like in this list, but it probably is could be decent. Is like Golem Pile Driver. I think if you're playing a bunch of Bushwhackers and whatnot, you want to go as wide as possible. So if I was going to build this, I would play a bunch of like Dragon Fodders or Goblin, the the other Marshal, the fixed Marshal, I guess you want to call it. Those could be all okay. The red deck needs to play his card. Okay, they found a Fanatic, which is good if they play a Hermit. They can just pop it right here. Turn 2 Hermit. They're very good at getting turn 2 Hermits. So yeah, you definitely have to kill this here if you're the Fanatic player. You're definitely going to attack, and they're going to block. So either way, you're going to kill it. You could have a Chain Lightning, of course, here too. Okay. Chain Lightning is the draw. So the game continues. Mogfanatic stays strong. Love the flavor text of Mogfanatic. It's like, I got it, and then they just fall off. It's good times. Tempest was good times. Mogfanatic is really deadly with damage on the stack. It was really annoying. Very annoying card, but we don't have that anymore. It's probably one of the better rules changes in the history of Magic is taking out damage on the stack. It's kind of weird. Okay. So if the Hermit deck has something like a postmortem lunge, they can definitely just activate the Druid, kill them. I guess it kind of depends on if they don't have a Narcomoeba in their hand. If they drew a Narcomoeba, then they won't be able to mill or create 3 creatures. So they do have to kind of think about that. Also, they have to think about they still haven't really seen the entire sideboard plan against them here. So they could have a Ravenous Trap still. Okay, they're gonna lunge. They're just gonna go for it. Lunge gives the Hermit Druid haste. Actually, this is pretty good. If they kill this, so they should know that killing this druid is might be a good idea because they only play 2 Narcomoebas. So you have to kill the druid here. You have to kill the druid. No matter what, you still have to kill the druid because you can't give them 3 creatures to dread return. But then they can set up this sort of like okay, you have to do this at some point while you don't have prayer. Oh my goodness, no. No. Oh man. That's a Alright, they have Phantasmagorian. So they discarded the Ladmanic. Ladmanic was in their hand. You still have priority here. So you have priority to kill a creature. They gave you priority back, so they had to do it to discard the Lab Maniac, which was in their hand apparently. Or oh my goodness, no! Because now they have priority back and they can activate the Dread Return. Why no? This could have been such a different game. The Malogany just sitting there. It's just sitting there. Ugh. I know this game because like I already know their hand, so it's like I already know what's in their deck. It's just brutal to see. So you have Chain Lightning, Reckless. Like the Mog Fang is still good there, and it could like prolong the game a bit. That's just rough. All right, Neo Herman's gonna take this one, 2-1 over the AWAC deck. A bit of a sad state of affairs, but you know, Magic is a hard game. It is very hard.